In the heart of ancient Dublin, where Viking echoes still seem to whisper among the stones, rises one of the most majestic and oldest cathedrals in Ireland. Today, on Koala Planet, we dive into the history, secrets, and legends of Christ Church Cathedral. A sacred place, witness to wars, conquests, and transformations, that has stood for nearly 1,000 years. Are you ready for this journey into the past? Let's begin. 1. Viking origins, the birth of a cathedral. To understand the history of this cathedral, we must go back to the year 1030, during the Viking Age. At that time, Dublin was not the modern capital we know today, but a small yet powerful Norse kingdom, ruled by King Sihtric Silkenbeard, a Christianized leader who had even made a pilgrimage to Rome. Sihtric decided to found a stone church dedicated to the Holy Trinity, likely as a symbol of his Christian faith and a political gesture to gain favor with the Irish and European clergy. This first church bore little resemblance to the grand cathedral we see today, but it was the starting point. Interestingly, it's said that the cathedral's foundations lie over an ancient Celtic chapel, suggesting the site was already considered sacred long before the Vikings arrived. 2. The Norman period, the Great Reconstruction. In the mid-12th century, Ireland was invaded by the Normans. One of their leaders, Richard de Clare, better known as Strongbow, played a key role in the cathedral's history. During this time, a full reconstruction began in the Anglo-Norman Romanesque style, featuring rounded arches, massive pillars, and a more imposing structure. There is even a funerary monument attributed to Strongbow inside the cathedral, although it's uncertain whether he is actually buried there. The tomb has been restored several times and remains one of the most photographed features by visitors. 3. Architecture, a mix of styles and eras. Christ Church Cathedral is a true stone chronicle. Its architecture is not only visually impressive but also tells a complex story of artistic, political, and religious evolution. Every arch, column, and stained glass window reflects a different era, making this cathedral a true mosaic of architectural styles that fascinates historians and visitors alike. The original church, built by the Vikings, was later reconstructed into a Romanesque Norman cathedral, as previously mentioned. Over the centuries, the structure was expanded, altered, partially demolished, and restored several times. The current cathedral includes elements from at least 4 major architectural styles. 1. Norman Romanesque, 12th century. Characterized by rounded, solid arches. Massive columns with decorated capitals. Small, deep-set windows built to withstand the elements and protect the interior. Examples of this can still be seen in parts of the central nave. 2. Early Gothic, 13th to 14th centuries. Known for the introduction of pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and taller windows. A greater sense of verticality and natural light. The choir and some sections of the transept clearly reflect this transition to Gothic style. 3. Victorian Neo-Gothic. In the 19th century, the cathedral had fallen into disrepair. Brewer Henry Rowe donated a large sum to fund a full restoration. Architect George Edmund Street led the restoration between 1864 and 1878, in a classic Victorian Gothic revival style, respecting the medieval, while adding visual drama and structural order. The central tower, wooden ceilings, mosaic floors, and much of the furnishings were redesigned during this period. 4. 20th to 21st century modernizations. Subtle modern additions include hidden lighting, heating systems, and accessibility improvements, all implemented with great care to preserve the historical aesthetic. Notable architectural elements. The central tower. Located at the crossing of the nave and transept, the central tower is one of the cathedral's most striking features. Its bell tower holds a set of 19 bells, used for concerts and liturgical ringing. The tower also anchors the cruciform structure of the cathedral. The stone bridge. One of Christ Church's most iconic features is the elevated bridge connecting the cathedral to Synod Hall. Added during the 19th century restoration, its neo-Gothic design feels straight out of a medieval novel. Many visitors compare it to the bridge at Hogwarts, and it's easy to see why. The stained glass windows. Although most current stained glass windows are 19th century restorations, they're inspired by medieval designs. They depict biblical scenes, saints, angels, and historical figures such as Strongbow and St. Patrick. The rose window in the south transept is especially notable, casting warm, colorful light in the afternoon. Carved capitals. Many columns feature capitals adorned with floral patterns, mythical creatures, and biblical scenes. These decorative elements were used not only for beauty but also as a storytelling method in an age when most of the population was illiterate. Mosaic floors. Another 19th century addition is the polychrome tiled floor, typical of Neo-Gothic style. These geometric patterns add warmth and elegance, inspired by ancient church floors preserved elsewhere in Ireland and the UK. A cathedral as a symbol. Beyond its religious function, the cathedral's architecture reflects the power of those who controlled it through history, from the Viking kings legitimizing their faith, to the Normans asserting dominance through stone and cross, to the Anglicans who made it a seat of ecclesiastical authority in Ireland. This blend of styles also mirrors Ireland's own history, an island in constant transformation, shaped by external influences, yet always firm in its identity. 4. The crypt, the secret heart of the cathedral. The crypt is one of the largest and oldest in Europe. Dating back to the 12th century, it stretches beneath much of the main structure. Here in the dim silence, you'll find historical treasures such as the mummified cat and rat, nicknamed Tom and Jerry, discovered inside the organ and preserved as a macabre oddity. A copy of the Magna Carta Hiberniae from 1324, a key document in Irish legal history. Ancient liturgical garments, chalices, and sacred manuscripts that tell the story of the cathedral's role through the ages. Today, the crypt also serves as a cultural space, hosting concerts, temporary exhibitions, and special events. 5. Legends, mysteries, and curious details. The cathedral is surrounded by legendary tales. Here are a few. It's said that Oliver Cromwell used the cathedral as a stable during his 17th century military campaigns. Though there's no solid proof, the story persists in popular imagination. In the 19th century, when the crypt was rediscovered, bodies were found buried in unusual ways, some even stacked, revealing centuries of unregulated burials, a common medieval practice. 6. Music and culture, a living cathedral. Today, the cathedral is not just a monument, it's a vibrant and active space. It hosts choral and classical music concerts, ecumenical services, interfaith events, and contemporary art exhibitions. Its superb acoustics have also made it a popular location for music recordings and film scores. 7. In film and television. Christ Church's Gothic beauty has caught the eye of the audiovisual world. Productions filmed here include the historical drama series The Tudors, partially shot in Dublin. Documentaries on Celtic and medieval Irish history. Music videos and photo shoots drawn by its unique atmosphere. 8. Koala tips for your visit. Bring your camera, the stained glass and crypt offer stunning photo opportunities. Visit early or late in the day to avoid large tour groups. Respect quiet times, it's still a place of worship. Consider an audio guide or guided tour to dive deeper into the historical details. This cathedral is not just carved stone and colorful windows. It's a living testimony to Dublin's history, a blend of faith, power, art, and legend. From Vikings to the present, it has witnessed Ireland's transformations and continues to shine as a spiritual and cultural beacon in the heart of the city. From Koala Planet, we invite you to discover it with all your senses. Until the next destination.